boy am I stressed. Everything's going wrong. Car has to go up to the garage tomorrow. Computer's not working. Microphone's not working. But let's get through this. I've had a couple of replies to some of the things that I said yesterday from Master Shredder. Thank God we're not talking about Cecil today. But I haven't seen Cecil's channel for most of the day because I have other things to worry about other than Cecil sort of thing. But let's get into it, folks.
It's fucking incredible that Cecil thinks his voice is good enough to be posting on all these songs. Like, in his mind, he really thinks those covers are good that he's doing.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, he's got this delusion of grandeur kind of thing. And he's going to bring up the pictures on Facebook, which tells a lot.
He really does. And Krusty brought up a good point today, speaking about how Cecil's been doing all these AI images of him as Superman, all these superhero AI pictures of himself. That's a glimpse into Cecil's subconscious and how he really views himself.
Yeah, it used to be used in art therapy, which I took part in myself. And some people with mental health difficulties can't describe what they're feeling in words. So very often they draw it. When you go to Cecil's page, you see a lot of things about Cecil being Superman and angel wings being on Cecil, you know, and kind of makes you wonder what he's thinking. But it's kind of this thing about, I'm an amazing person, I'm a good person, I'm a kind person, I'm a, I'm a wonderful person. He keeps, anybody that keeps doing that, run away, because it's a front for something a wee bit more sinister that they're trying to hide.
Cecil thinks he's really, really something special, and he wants other people to feel that too.
Yeah.
It's really fucking disturbing when you really think about it. And if you're like me and you think probably too much about it, it's fucking bizarre. Or maybe I'm just fucking bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is the biggest stumbling block of sorting all this out. Do you know? Yeah, he's got the children's scandal, which is it's one of the main focuses, and then you've got the behaviour online, bullying women and stuff like that. But his personality won't allow himself to step back and sort of realise that, maybe I shouldn't be doing these things. Because in his head, he's a perfect person. You know? Makes you realise why he actually is a fan of Steve Hope, because Steve is exactly the same. You'll notice that in some of Steve Hope's videos from a way back. Best EVP ever recorded, best Spirit Box session ever recorded, best Spirit communication ever recorded, best Spirit Box in the world. That was some of his titles. Do you know, because he put himself up on a pedestal. Now, there was a falling out between Steve and Josh Lewis. Josh Lewis made an app, and he got an app developer to do it. Steve was a bit pissed off that he wasn't, they didn't call it the Huff and Hope app, or they didn't put Steve had nothing to do with it, kind of thing. Steve was a bit pissed off because his flipping argument was that Steve taught him everything he knew. So he was entitled to some sort of recognition for Josh creating this app. It's a piece of software that's on a computer and that, and it's got these banks that are muddled up and sort of thing. It's the first kind of software of its kind, not like an ordinary app on your phone sort of thing. But Steve was flipping really, really pissed off that he's not mentioned in it, just simply because Josh learned a lot from Steve. But Steve wanted to take most of the credit. Do you know? It's weird. Let's go on to the next one. Oops. I got myself lost now.
You know, Krusty, this is the problem too. You made me think of this. There's no talking to Cecil. I don't believe in buddy trolling. I don't think I think that's counterproductive.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I make videos and I take the piss and stuff like that. But if I was talking to Cecil face to face, I would show some compassion, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to go on with this forever. And it's very, very stressful, actually, watching Cecil fucking making a dumpster fire of his life. Do you know? He often says, I'm having an amazing life. Well, really, what's the real truth here? Do you know? He thinks that everybody's getting trolled as much as he is. Do you know? And it's his own words. He can't see. He can't see that he's the problem. It has to be everybody else's, if you know what I mean. And it's very hard to get through to a person like that. So part of me is thinking, I'm wasting my flipping time here. You can lead a horse to water, and you can't make a drink. I tried that when I was paranormal pigeon or paranormal pig, and as he liked to put it. And we nearly got there. And he turned around at the last minute and he blocked me. You know, so I don't know.
And but there's no way to have a conversation with Cecil. You have to break down those barriers first. You almost have to kiss his ass to be able to even get past his guards, right? To even start to be able to have a conversation with him.
Yeah, the thing is, we can't break down the barriers for him. He has to break down them barriers for himself. Do you know? And you know, he's not a logical thinker. That's the problem, you see. And I don't know what we can do about it. Do you know? I don't know if we're going to be able to help. I don't know. You know, we could put out videos and make suggestions, which we have at times. But you know, at the end of the day, he doesn't talk to us. He doesn't communicate with us. He doesn't watch most of our videos. I reckon he takes an odd peep. Do you know? Because Cecil does have this tendency to see a comment, get triggered, and make a video. But I would imagine that if he watched one of our videos, he would get triggered and make a video, like he did before with me. You know, he's not doing that anymore. You know, so he's taking the odd time where he's watching a video and he's getting triggered and he's making videos. But he's not doing that with us a lot of the time. You know, he's not referring to our videos, or he's referring to comments. You know, he's sweeping stuff under the carpet, if you know what I mean. But we had made suggestions on how to sort this thing out, but it's not going anywhere. You know.
But then as soon as he gets a little whiff of truth, boom, you're gone. He blocks you. So it's extremely hard to make any real progress with him. I'm open to ideas. I agree with you. I think that there needs to be another strategy. If he could have a live stream where we could come up and speak, but I don't see that happening. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think it's, you know, Cecil will make a live stream and then just lie the whole way through it. And if we, do you know, in order to have a conversation, we have to, we have to get into uncomfortable places. We have to ask some uncomfortable questions. And the minute he feels uncomfortable, he's going to rage quit, which he normally does. And what's the point? Do you know? So we're sort of stuck. Do you know what I mean? We're not. I don't know where. I'm usually good at coming up with some ideas and that, but I'm stuck. I really am. You know, you can't convince a person to talk to you if they think that they're better than you, that you're a piece of shit. You know, we're just dirt under his feet because he's put himself up on his pedestal. We're nothing to him, so why should he talk to us? That's the problem. You know? Oh, gone the wrong way. No.
You know, Krusty, this is the... And here's the other thing too, Krusty, where you hit the nail on the head. Cecil, when he wears that gun,
yeah.
whether or not he's concealed carrying or whatever the case, he leaves that gun in a position where it's in clear view. We can see it clear as day. Yes. And you're right, he does that because he's pointing that gun at us when he does his videos and he has his gun on. That gun is for us.
Yeah,
the whole reason he got that gun was for us. And if anything ever happens in the future, it's going to be because Cecil feels threatened that an internet troll is attacking him in real life. He's mistaken other people in his everyday life as people from the internet. It's only a matter of time before he uses that gun towards an innocent person.
Yeah, I mean, like, he says that if he feels under threat and we knock on his door, he's going to feel under threat, so he is entitled to shoot us. But I seen a video in Akron, it's Cyrix, where the cop says you can't. You see, Ed got some paint pellets or glue pellets fired from a drone on his car, and he called the cops, and he was speaking to the cops for ages out at the back of Cyrix's house, right? And is his name Ed? Ed, the partner of Sally. Is Sally her name? The person that's looking after Cecil. He was losing his shit, and he says, "I'm going to shoot the motherfucker." Comes to the door, "I'm going to shoot the motherfucker." And then the police says, "Well, you can't do that unless there's violence involved. If you feel under threat that way. You can't just feel under threat. The perpetrator has to engage in some sort of violence." And that's what Cecil fails to understand. Now, I'm going to make myself small for a second. Marcy, absolutely correct, thank you. There's this comment here from me. I think it's Cecil. I think it's called brandishing. Here's where I'm living. Was this civil war called the Troubles. Now we're talking about Northern Ireland, the Troubles between the British and the IRA and all that kind of thing. And there was a lot of paramilitary violence through the 60s to the 80s. Paramilitary groups would publish threat video against each other holding high-powered weapons and not every time were they pointing guns at the camera, but the hidden messages were very clear. Cecil is doing exactly the same thing. Now, some of these paramilitary threat videos was just a couple of minutes of these paramilitaries with balaclavas holding, high-powered weapons and not even saying anything. You know? And they were messages within themselves. So basically, Cecil is towing this fine line of brandishing, threatening with a weapon, but not physically doing it. Now, I got into a conversation with a viewer last night, and Cyrix lost his shit. Was it Music Biz Marty or something? And he had threatened, he threatened death on him, his girlfriend, blah blah blah, and he was talking all this shit. Next thing he says, hold on a second. He went and he got a .22 rifle and pointed it at the camera and repeated the threat. I don't know why this guy is not locked up, but Cecil knows he can't go that far, but he's still brandishing, he's still putting out a message without saying anything and without doing anything. But every time he flashes that gun towards the camera, it's not just kind of a flex, it's a message he's putting out there. Don't fuck with me or this is going to happen to you. That's the message he's basically putting out. So, we have to keep an eye on that because he could at some point cross the line there. So, and it's very flippin' concerning that somebody with the mental capacity of Cecil is actually in charge of a gun. That's alarming, Got to remember too.
Krusty, this is the problem too. You made me think of this. There's no talking to Cecil. I don't believe in buddy trolling. I don't think that's. I think that's.
I think I'm finished there. Am I?
And here's.
Hold on a second. Oh, I've got one more. Here we go.
Krusty, maybe a place where we could start in making a step towards the final resolution is you and I, whoever else would care to, we could all get together and say, okay, we'll type up an email. We need A, B, and C done. And Cecil, if you can do A, B, and C, you have it in writing. You have my signature that it's done. I will no longer make videos on you as long as you can uphold your end of the agreement, whatever that A, B, and C is. I know it's a stretch.
Yeah,
I know it's a long shot. But if we're really trying to end this thing, I mean, maybe that's an idea. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, but it's kind of the same thing as actually talking to him on live. We've got this stubborn person that, we're dirt under his feet. So why would he negotiate with us if we're so-called trolls and haters? You see, he has to get this idea out that we're haters, kind of thing. It's a complex thing. It's an idea that we can consider, yes, but here's another thing. Cecil going to turn around and say, "Well, you're not in charge of me. You know, what authority have you got to make these demands?" But we don't want to make them as demands. We have to show that this will help you, kind of thing, or help him. You know, and in turn, it would help the community. It would stop this bullying of people and all this kind of thing. But that behaviour doesn't change overnight, so that's kind of, you know, it's kind of a it's something to consider, though. You know, I mean, like, it's an idea, like, do you know, because I haven't come up with anything, do you know, this live stream idea with moderators and that could be a thing, but there's a few stumbling blocks there, if you know what I mean. Now, we've done a live stream, so we're going to have to, in case there's some inquiries. Oh, by the way, if you're not subscribed to Master Treasure, please do so. I'll leave a link at the end of the video. It's a live stream. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Why me?
How's it going, everybody?
I'm good. I'm going to try and... Please don't do this to me. Thank you.
I thought we were going to get day off today. And it didn't happen. It ain't happening. My whole plan today was to get up, put up Christmas lights, pay the bills. I had some idea around 5 o'clock, but now it ain't gonna happen. I gotta go fix a leak.
I'm not even in the flipping mood for Christmas. My car broke down a couple of days ago, and I heavily depend on the car, and it was basically the same problem as Hetty. Alternator now. I can't fix them with these hands, so I have to go with 2 batteries just in case the battery power kind of runs out. I can go to the nearest garage. I don't even know if this guy's going to fix it for me, and I don't know how much it's going to cost because I don't have much money. I'm shitting it right now. I reckon my Christmas is fucked. You know? Couldn't happen at a worse time. So I haven't put up Christmas lights or anything like that because I'm not in the flipping mood. You know, yeah, I'm spending Christmas with a friend, but right now I'm not feeling it. For sure.
So I'm taking my buddy back home.
Oh, Jockey. Jockey. Saoirse's birthday, my dog's birthday, is actually today. So, happy... Oh, she's after... You knew your name was called, didn't you? Happy birthday. Yes. This dog's a great help to me. And we go out on paranormal little explorers on my main channel. We have a great time up until the car broke down. And the dog hasn't gone out for a run or anything yet because I'm in a kind of a built up area, can't do that. So I'm kind of stuck.
Because he can't come with me to this one.
We jogging. Look at the jockey on the top.
I gotta head north. I kind of wanted to get on here and reply back to Krusty. I really like this back and forth communication we kind of got going on.
That's why I'm here.
Krusty, I agree with you, buddy. We need to live stream soon. But I kind of enjoy this too. I think it's important to note that not a single one of us that take time to expose Cecil, we never exposed people before like to this caliber, right? Before Master Shredder, before I was Master Shredder, or started the Master Shredder channel, trolling somebody or exposing somebody online was the furthest thing from my mind. It just was not in my interests. I could care less. I really could.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get back to that actually, because yeah, I have my main channel and I keep my Cecil content out of there. I actually did call out Cecil on my main channel and people lost their shit because they go to my main channel as a peaceful place and I kind of disturbed that peace in some way and I had to apologise, and then I says, right, I'm going to make a separate channel because the guy had called me out in a very, very bad way. He accused me of a horrible crime. So I'm not going to be silenced, but I'm going to separate it from the main channel, which Order of Magnitude really should have done, you know, because it doesn't, when we're talking about these kinds of subjects, it's not exactly advertiser friendly, if you know what I'm saying. And and I get good ads on my other channel, like Porsche in Belfast and Hyundai and all these good brands, not shitty, cheap games or anything like that. Good fucking adverts, like, so I don't want to ruin that,
I could care less. I don't spend a lot of time. Well, before I never spent a lot of time on the internet or social media. I could care less. I would say I do now. I would say that I spend a considerable amount of time on YouTube now. But before all this, I really didn't. I didn't. And what started me getting on YouTube specifically was the paranormal.
Yeah. I actually did do a video on my main channel, Life After Life Productions, where I reacted to Shredder's equipment, like recorders, spirit box, etc., etc. He really done his research when it came to equipment, and because he's a logical person, he's not going to jump to conclusions, unlike Cecil, who jumps at his own shadow in his own house, kind of thing. There's none of that bullshit. There's none of that bad influence. There's none of that copying other people. It's Shredder thinking things logically and proper, nice, good sessions. No fucking celebrities or any of that kind of stuff. It's a basis of a good paranormal and ITC channel. It really is, and I hope you get back to it someday.
And I've said all this before. I was a part of a paranormal team. We were posting content on YouTube on their channels, and so naturally it got me watching other people's content.
And then Cecil came along.
Give me a second, guys. I'm going to pick this story back up here in just a minute. I got to take my dog inside real fast.
I'm going to skip forward. This doggy has to go in the house now. Poor doggy. But anyway. No, I'm not talking about you. As he got back in the car, he has. Back into his big Jeep. Cecil, does that look like a Jeep to you? As he just got out of the fucking car. Hello? Oh, he just flipping closed the door. Hold on a second. Here we go. We're back here. Right, let's go. That's better. Here we go.
Okay, we're back.
Oh, by the way, I'm really sorry I missed your live stream because I was doing other things, preparing the car to go to the garage tomorrow. I'm fucking shitting it because I'm stressed out, you know. But let's go.
Or my Jeep.
Yes.
Cecil says I got a creepy Jeep. I think that means somebody's driving down the street in a Jeep yelling at him.
That's most. I did see a video from way back where he said that he had spotted somebody on a security camera pulling up behind his car and taking the number and then taking off, and then he's losing his shit. He said, "We caught you on camera." Well, you know, he didn't get the registration number. He probably didn't get the registration number by the way that the camera was just facing down on the car. Do you know? Yeah, and he probably thought that was Shredder as well.
What's up, Confessions? So yeah, so where was I at? Where was I at in this story? The origin story.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah. So anyway, I come across Cecil's channel.
And you should have just walked away. Paranormal ghost box session, man. God. Yeah, I found it first on Order of Magnitude or Irish Steve, I can't remember which. And then Order of Magnitude started covering it, and I'm going, oh, I wish you would just do the paranormal and stop talking about this guy and that. I didn't fully know what he was about. And then I looked into it and I went, oh no. Do you know?
Was completely fucking shocked with how delusional, how vile, how abusive,
Oh, yeah.
how he fucking treated other people. It was, I mean, I'd never, at that point in time in my life, I never saw anything like it. And this would have been, let's see here, this would have been in the year of our Lord, 2015-ish. This would have been 2015-ish.
Oh, that was before my time. I've been covering videos from 6 years ago with Rebel and that, and I'm nearly sure it was 6 years. Yeah, it was 6 years. So, my head's not working right now. It's close enough. It's within a couple of years. But yeah, you see, here we're talking about his treatment of other people, especially women, and the way he talks to people, talks about people. Everybody's idiots. That's the stumbling block to all of this. There's no way of getting through to a guy like that.
Ah, is that what he's up to? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Well done. So yeah, so I guess I've always been a little bit of a troll at heart, in the sense that I've always tried to treat people with respect. I've always tried to do people right. And I guess the way I felt after my interactions with Cecil, I felt like, who the fuck is this guy to be treating all of us, all these people, seemingly good people, like dirtbags? Like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, I noticed that. Do you know, I'm not into the JFK stuff. In fact, I think it's just, I think it's very disrespectful and stuff. But this guy, Rebel, do you know, when he does a stream, I've covered him before, you know, bless up Queen, bless up King. He's giving people blessings as they come into the chat and stuff. And he was losing his rag because Cecil was coming into his chat and abusing the women there, especially the women, you know. And he's been kicked out of, you know, many communities, and you know, being called out back then. And it wasn't even anything to do with the children's scandal. It was to do with horrible behaviour. That was the highlight of Cecil at that time. Was not the, you know, not the children's scandal, but his actual behaviour online. He's not a responsible person. Even a teenager wouldn't act in this kind of way. Do you know? Would take some sort of responsibility. You put videos out into the internet, you have to conduct yourself in a you represent yourself, you know. And Cecil, you know, he doesn't represent himself in a very nice way at all, you know. That's why he's got no friends. He used to be involved in communities and that, but they all got sick of him.
Who the fuck's this guy think he is? And I was working, I was at the end of one of my shifts, and I got off work, and I went and saw my phone, and I had a notification with my name, like my government name, my legal name, in the fucking title. And remember, at the time, I really had no experience with social media. Like, so at the time, I was like, oh my God, like, this fucking asshole is putting my name all over the internet.
See, the thing is, I reckon Cecil's too stupid to do that kind of research. I reckon it was Queen Tasty, allegedly. Do you know? He did throw Queen Tasty under the bus there a couple of days ago when it came to, you know, finding out your real name. It was Queen Tasty. I reckon Queen Tasty done the research there because Cecil's too stupid to do it. Do you know? But he did dox you.
And so it kind of made me feel some way, and I had this feeling rise up inside of me that I'd never had felt before. And you know, Shredder was born, and Cecil really has been nurturing that feeling for me for all these years. You know. But my point is here, Cecil fucking creates people like myself and others that have done nothing to deserve the treatment that he gives us.
Exactly. I mean, like, he lashes back with slander, do you know, calling us all sorts of names and accusing us of horrible crimes. My dog is eating my fingers. You need to stop doing that. I need those. Thank you.
And we clearly can see that Cecil's a little fuckstick, and we're just not going to stand for it. So some time goes on, and I start hearing about the kid stuff. So then it was really on. Now I had a a purpose greater than myself to fight for. Because before I was just like, this fucking asshole talking shit to me for no reason. Like, I'm not going to let him get away with that. But then I started hearing about all this children shit. So then I was like, okay, now it's really personal, and now I want to fight for something greater than myself, you know? It's no longer about me. Now it's about a greater purpose.
When you think about it, remember when he done that live stream talk to Cecil, and it turned into a massive shit show, and his wife says that, you know, she will leave if he didn't stop doing it, and he just can't help himself. So you know what I mean? It's Cecil creates the problems in that household, and sooner or later, Hetty's going to get fed up. Do you know? Because, you know, she's bringing up a daughter, and she's bringing up him, who is a big man-child, or a small man-child, if you know what I mean. And he causes so much problems between doxing his address, his phone number, and then, you know, fighting with people online. He brings his own problems to the household, you know? And there's a certain, you know, you can only put up with that shit for so long, you know? And Hetty must see that Cecil does have this problem of making life difficult.
So that's how all that shit started with me, 2015-ish. And I did have a bunch of other content. I still have it, but I made a lot of it public, but there was so much of it. I just didn't take the time to make it all public again. It's really nothing. It's just random little videos, but yeah, there's a lot of little shorts over here. There's a lot of content directed towards Cecil over here, and there's nobody to blame but you, Cecil, because you create people like myself. Whatever's in my DNA that can make me stand the test of time, and like, I got patience, Cecil. Like, whatever it was that your goofy ass, your sick motherfucking disgusting ass woke up inside of me, I got patience. And I'll fucking expose you every single day until the day that I die. And I won't stop. I just won't stop. Like, I'm relentless in that sense. And you really made me realize that about myself, Cecil. So yeah, so the big point is here, Cecil, that you got to be careful, because you're creating people like Shredder, like myself, and a bunch of other channels. I don't need to even mention them, because you guys already know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, here's the thing. I would have been still Paranormal Pigeon if Cecil didn't block me on a second channel. Do you know? He's got too much for him. I went through, there was 3 live streams. 2 of them still exist. The third one got taken down because Cecil made some revelations, and then he realised, oh, I shouldn't have said that, so I'm going to take it down. I'm going to block the Paranormal Pigeon, because he did admit guilt. You know, he did admit guilt. You know, and I wasn't. Do you know what I mean? I was respectful, and I was trying to help him through this. Do you know? Trying to say, you know, make a statement, make an apology, you know, and, you know, move on with your life. Don't get in confrontations and stuff like that. you know, once you make that statement and that you prove that you have changed your behaviour, you don't need to talk about it anymore. It's over. It's gone. It's finished. You know? And I was genuine about it because I just wanted it to finish. I was sick of it back then. You know?
We're a group of people, normal people, good people, that have been negatively affected by you and said, wait a second here, pump the brakes. We're not going to let him treat people like this. We're not going to let him talk about children, get away with the things that he's admitted to online. It ain't going to happen. We're just...
Here's the thing too. He backed up his initial statement by saying that 10-year-olds are fully developed. So in that message he was basically saying, 10-year-olds are just small adults. That's the message he was putting out there. It's kind of fucked up.
Just concerned people. That's it. We're human beings. What's up, Iceman? What's up, Captain? Good to see you, Captain. It's no big mystery here. Cecil likes to act like we're a group of people that just go around the internet fucking with other people. That's not what we're about. I don't support things like that. I will admit, over the years, I've gotten more enjoyment out of Cecil's suffering, because I don't like when I hate to see him. I hate to see him happy. I really do. He doesn't deserve it. The shit that guy's done, when you really think about it, I don't like to see that fucker happy.
Here's the thing. People make mistakes throughout their life. Some things are worse than others. And you can take into account that Cecil grew up in extremely difficult circumstances. That is fine. Well, it's not fine. You know what I mean? It's like you can still be repentful and be regretful and still get on with your life. Do you know? See, the thing is, what brought this all out in the first place is Cecil can't keep his mouth shut. Now, we're glad that he said it because we all know about it now. But then he wants to blame somebody else for his problem. And we get blamed all the time. We're not going to stand for that. You know what I mean? But, I'm the type of person that is, if you made mistakes in your life and you turn around and you make a change and you are regretful, you're apologetic, and you move on with your life, I'm not going to judge you from that day on. Like I says, if Cecil turned around and, had taken some responsibility, made apologies, and then proved over time that he was nice to people and not abusing people online and stuff like that, I delete all my videos. But at this moment in time, the videos are increasing. There's over 200. So he's just making the problem worse and worse for himself the longer he leaves this. Because it's not just me that's making flipping videos. Any name that he's come up with on YouTube, we've tagged him in it, and when you put that tag into YouTube, our videos come up. So he's, our message is getting out there, and Cecil's helping us. So he's not thinking logically. He doesn't even know how YouTube works. I'm getting my message out there because I'm putting out sometimes videos on a daily basis, which means I climb up the search when it comes to Cecil, C Love Highstreet Music, Highstreet Paranormal TV, Highstreet Paranormal Cecil Wayne Carr, Ron Cecil Carr, any of those things. I'm climbing the YouTube search because I'm tagging those names when I make a video, you know, and I'm making regular videos.
You know, and Cecil, I'm only escalating over here. I'm only getting more creative, less public with the things that I'm doing to expose you. I've been trying to find you in other channels that you watch, just so I can let them know what you're about. Cecil, I'll give you an example. I'll show you one of my cards here. I mean, it's nothing, but I was curious. I won't mention any names, but I was curious last night how the Ryan Upchurch community felt about you, and if they even knew who you were, or I guess I just mentioned the name. Fuck it. So I mimicked your account.
Go on, this is interesting. I didn't hear this part. I've only seen the first half of this video, so this is news to me. Go on.
I stole your icon picture, all that shit. No big deal, right? If somebody went to the channel, they could clearly see it wasn't you. But to the untrained eye and at first glimpse, because I've been studying, Cecil, I've been studying your vocabulary, the way you speak, how you interact with people. I've been studying that for years, Cecil. So I went over to a specific channel last night on their live stream under the guise of being you.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, when you came into my comments, I was going, who the hell is this? And then I said, right, it's not Cecil, because I'd done my little bit of, tiny bit of investigating, and then I'm saying, who is it? It's, you know, it was this thing about who's this? For one split second, I thought Cecil's actually engaging with me. Brilliant. And then I go, oh no, it's not. It's not. You know, there's a couple of things missing there, and I see it and that, and I'm going, oh fuck. You know, it's not him. But I wasn't quite sure who it was. I kind of then had a kind of an idea, but yeah, it got me off guard for a second.
And I started talking like you and communicating like you. And let me tell you, Cecil, from my first comment, which was just hi, the channel host immediately said, and I quote, "What the fuck is this guy doing in here?"
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, Cecil, you're not a very popular person anymore. You've fallen off.
And I didn't even have to say anything after that. They know exactly what you're about. They said, that's the guy that's been exposed for admitting to touching children.
Oh, Cecil. See, any normal person would shut down all the social medias and just get off social media and hide and come back under disguise. I remember Cecil his intentions were to come off social media and come off YouTube and then come back with a channel with fucking sunglasses and a t-shirt wrapped around his face, and that was the fucking funniest video ever. I covered that actually not so long ago. It was fucking hilarious. But he just can't help himself. You see, he won't take the time to put the t-shirt on and then... But we would probably find him at some point. Do you know that kind of way? We would find him, you know? He can't help. You see, he had a second channel. He says, alright, I'm going to put the drama on this channel. I'm going to preserve my main channel for my music and my paranormal. And that didn't last very long. And that was when I was negotiating with Cecil. When it was Paranormal Pigeon. It was on a second channel. But that didn't last long because he wasn't getting as much views over there, so he decided he's going to come back over to the main channel again and ruin that too. Every channel apart from there's one with Ghost Box Sessions, and he's abandoned that years ago. He just has Ghost Box Sessions. The other ones are just plagued with this shite that he comes out, these kitchen rants or whatever, you know.
And the entire chat, all through, they threw me out, but they really were throwing you out. So it warms my heart to know that the greater portion of the internet knows exactly who you are and what you're about.
Oh God, Cecil. Cecil, you're going to come under the attention of Keemstar at some point. Fucking hell, you'll be on Local Live. I actually watch that channel with Bookie and Wings. It's fucking funny sometimes.
And this is a community that you claim that you're a part of. The community that I'm talking about last night, which I really don't want to say too much about, because it's not fair to them. It's not fair to them. Because Cecil, you blemish any community that you claim to be a part of.
Oh yeah. He's not blocked on this channel, but he's actually blocked on my main. And I think I blocked him on my ITC channel that I abandoned, and I set up a new channel because I lost the password. But he actually was subscribed to my ITC channel at one point. Because I did manage to get to go through the people he was subscribed to. He subscribed to people like Charlie Chitnam Paranormal, who does Ghost Box Sessions and sells personal Ghost Box sessions on eBay. Charlie Chitnam, right, is so quick off the ball that the minute a celebrity dies, he's on it quicker than Huff, Hope, Cody ITC, any of them. You go to Charlie Chitnam first, and he's right on the ball most of the time. It's a cop and chaser.
Even the kid shit aside, Cecil, you blemish communities that you say you're a part of because of how you are as a person. It's because of the way you treat other people.
Yeah. That's how he got kicked out of J4K. You know, that conspiracy flipping crap.
I remember a time, Cecil, when you would attack people that had cancer. You would call women bitches and cunts that you hope they die.
That's right, I heard about that. I remember that. And then he told some young fella to off himself and film it because he wants to watch it. That's fucking disturbing. Like, that was years ago.
That you were glad that they had cancer. I remember these things, Cecil. And these were the early times when I first found your channel, and that's how you were speaking to people. You have toned it down quite a bit since then. And you're still vile. But like, that's what I'm saying, like, when I first found your channel and seen how you were communicating with people, it was fucked up. You know? And this is how, you know, you're harder on women than you are on men, and you obviously have been hurt by some woman in your life, and that's why you have something against women.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. He seems to target women. He was targeting a lot of women in the JPK community. You know, when him and Rebel were friends at one point, and then Rebel called him out. He then made peace with him and that, but Rebel has actually abandoned his channel. I come up with a random thought here. Do you know if Cecil... Here's the thing, it's... When you come up with all this stuff, I just have less and less respect. I just reminded exactly what Cecil is. But here's the thing. Cecil, I don't think he would admit to the children's scandal. But there's a possibility that he might do a few things to try and make us happy, so we go away. So the purpose of his change in behaviour would be that we would go away, and he wasn't that flipping, truthful in it after all. And once we went away, he'd go back to his old ways. Then new people come in and start at him again. I don't think there's any flipping... I don't know if there's any hope for this guy. I really don't. Do you know? So, are we still going to be going around in flipping circles? This is complicated stuff, folks. Do you know? So, anybody can change. Anybody can turn their life around and that. But they've got to be willing to do it. They've got to see the error of their ways and repent. And the thing is too, Cecil wears 2 crosses and that, and it kind of pisses people off because this guy is trying to make out that he's a nice Christian man and all the rest of it, and he's abusing people online, calling people all sorts of flipping names while wearing these 2 crosses. It's just it rubs me up the wrong way. Internet, please catch up. Thank you. Can we please don't do this to me. Thank you. I've had a bad enough day as it is. Things are not going well today. Why are you not playing? Fuck. He's nearly finished anyway.
You're harder on women than you are on men, and you obviously have been hurt by some woman in your life, and that's why you have something against women.
I'm having trouble. Oh.
You always claim that we're out to get you, this and that, but Cecil, this is all your fault. You created all this shit. And the question that I put before Krusty, are we allowing Cecil to act like this? And he's right, we're not. We have every right to speak our opinion about you, Cecil.
But we're standing up for these women that are getting abused. Cecil saying there's no victims in that. There's hundreds. There's loads of people. How many of those people were very vulnerable people, and it affected them mentally that Cecil called them out in the way he did. We don't see any of that shit. I empathise with that because the first time Cecil called me out, I stayed off camera for about 6 months because I was conscious about my teeth and everything, because he called me out for my bad teeth. His teeth weren't gone bad at that point, but the second time he called me out, he didn't make fun of my teeth because his teeth were gone too. But it took me a while to build confidence back up. And I have this main channel where I'm doing the paranormal and stuff. I'm doing these paranormal investigations. I'm not being in front of the camera. And before Cecil called me out, I was. And the thing was, one of the reasons why I am back battling Cecil is I'm building my confidence back by facing this guy. This is therapy for me for what Cecil done to me, you know, and I'm doing extremely well. You know, it's not fully okay yet, but I'm getting there. You know.
And you hardly ever address us because of the videos that we make. I really don't know if you watch our content. Honest to God, I don't know if you do or not. And I don't really give a shit. The content.
But the thing is, the other day, right? Do you know, I've come up with this statement a couple of times. Cecil, how can you comment on our videos or comment on our reactions when you don't even watch our videos? That's the thing that I said constantly. He came up with that a couple of days ago. I think he's watching some of it, you know?
And we're putting out there really isn't for you, Cecil. It's for others to be educated about you. But that's all I really got to say. If I have anything else, I'll come back later. But I love you guys. Thank you all for coming in. Krusty, let's set up a live, man. Drop a video or a comment later and let me know when you're available. We'll set it up. I'll do a stream yards. Thank you all for being here. Much love.
Okay. I can't do a live now because it's getting late. Might be able to do it tomorrow, depending what way tomorrow goes. I'm going through stress. My car has to go into the garage, and I don't know if this garage man is going to even fix my problem, and I'm stressed about that. So I've got this fucking headache and a. But when I want to do a live, I want to be focused on that. There's other things going on in my head at the moment because I depend on this car for my everyday, and I'm stuck in a flipping house. As well as that, it's sort of it's a big part of my main channel, you know. And yeah, we're coming towards Christmas, and I don't know if I've got money to fix the flipping car. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of things spinning around my head at the moment, and I just want to be relaxed and focused when we do this live stream. But I will let you know. Do you know? But you know, that the things that Shredder brought up here makes you think: are we flogging a dead horse here? Do you know? I mean, some people, they get to a point where they turn around and say, right, I'm having all these problems in my life. I need to turn around and see, am I the problem? And then they start making changes. You know, some people grow up at different times of their life. You know, for example, you know, in the past I used to get flustered. I used to blame other people for my problems, etc., etc. And over time, you know, I was stressed out all the time, and very often it was my own doing. I'm glad it wasn't on YouTube at that time, because I probably would turn out to be a lolcow as well. But it comes a time in your life where you have to sort of try and sort these things out, and it's like the parable, or is it a parable? It's about, building your house on sand, the foundations, but you need to build your house on rocks. And sometimes you can't just, you can't build on rocky foundations. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom before you build yourself up. And that's what happened to me. I lost a lot of things. I lost a lot of friends. A lot of things. And, I have a friend who had to let me go rock bottom before they could turn around and help me, because I wasn't seeing that I was the problem, if you know what I mean. But that live stream that Shredder done is a lot of food for thought, and it paints a very grim story about this ending any time soon. Do you know? I've been talking the last couple of days about ending this in a peaceful kind of way, and resolution, and a stop to the online bullying, taking responsibility for the kids' scandal, all that kind of thing. We may that is. This live stream paints a very, very poor picture that we can have a peaceful solution. Do you know? So, the other option is to continue on where we are and wait for a major fuck up. But then again, he's been behaving very badly for flipping over 10 years. It's not good, folks. It's not good. So, yeah. It's an extremely puzzling thing to figure out. Do you know? I'm not the type of person that's going to try and I'm not here to bring him down. Yeah, I might be here to bring him down, but if he asked me to lift him back up again, I would. Do you know? If there was some sort of hope for the guy, I don't see it at the moment. That's a problem, It's kind of this ongoing delusions of grandeur, and to him, we're just dirt. We're just flipping. We're just horrible fucktards. Do you know? And he's the righteous one every time, according to him. So that's a barrier that it's very difficult to break. I'm leaving this on a very sad note, am I? All I can say is hope the rest of your day is good, because didn't come up to any resolution whatsoever. Things are still the same, and they may get worse. God, I don't know. It's very, very difficult. Anyway, I'm going to go, because I have to get something to eat, and I'm going to sit down and relax. I've got a fucking terrible headache, and I have a busy day tomorrow, and a stressful one with this car. Oh my God. And Christmas coming up. It's just it's a disaster. Anyway, I'm going to go, and I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye.